Hello everyone and welcome to this first review on audiobook reviews from the chair. I will shorten that thing as it goes along. That channel name I will call it audiobooks reviews from the chair. Obviously I won't call it that because I've just said I won't call it that, but yes, that's going to stay in. I'm obviously going to go welcome to another audiobook review at some point, but stop waffling and get on with the first review. You know, so we're here to discuss and talk about and review Alan Davies' White Man Stand Up. This is the second book of the two memoirs he done. Now I have not read the first. I have got it in my to read list, but as you will find out, I probably won't read it for a little while because this second memoir. The first one is called Just Ignore Him, that came out in 2020. So this is like 5 years later. He's come out with his second memoir, and it's read by the author. It's fully audiobooked. It's not abridged, so it's all there. Um, this is about Alan Davies' stand up, when he got into stand up and how he got into it from his doing his drama course in university to finding digs and somewhere to live and couldn't wait to leave home and going to do a drama course, meeting friends. But this is mainly about the follow on from the first book, which I didn't know because I didn't read it, but I have done a little bit of digging in the back, and it's about his childhood. And we know it's about his childhood, but as we get into the book, we realise that he was abused as a child. So he goes. This goes on about how he dealt with it, like having no parents because his mum died when he was 6, and his dad obviously did stuff to him. So he tries to find family members anywhere, like um, sort of friends, one of them being male, one of them female. So he pretends that one of them is his father, one of them is his mother, and he goes to them for problems. But some friends he pushes away. He befriends Joe Brand, who is another well-known stand-up. Obviously, I presume you know who Joe Brand is. He becomes friends with Sean Locke, and over time, and other people as well that you'll get to know through the book. He talks about how he drinks a lot. He did stand up shows, and he didn't do drugs as a kid, but the kind of the the life on the road kind of pushed him into it. But that happens to most people in the industry of entertainment. I don't know why, but it does. Um, Presume it's something to do with always wanting to be on top form or something, have the energy. So there's that, and talks about the longing for looking for a family and being loved, and some of the things that he described in the book I can relate to. The feeling of just not understanding stuff and not understanding yourself and why you do certain things. Because he talks about he openly talks candidly about his um, counselling sessions and finding his wife Katie. And the book isn't always in order. It goes from like 1980s to 90s to back to the 80s a bit, and then because he remembers a friend of or a phone call, it kind of jumps a little bit. Occasionally, it jumps to 2024 because as he's writing this memoir, something happens to him in his life, so he decides to write about it and put it in the book as well. But I'm glad he did because I won't ruin that bit of the book for you. But yeah, it's a very emotional book, and it hit hard for me um, because of what Alan went through and stuff, and some of the signs of you know anxiety which I suffer with are there in the book. So it was a very tough read, but an insightful read. He suffers with anxiety and other problems, so I can relate to some of those. So it it was very intense read, but I pushed through it. So it was a very odd, and you can hear in Alan's voice that he's reading the words he's written, how difficult it was for him to sort of relive it as he was reading it, even though he wrote it. So, and it was also quite a funny book and an eye-opening to the world of stand-up. You know, talking about a trip in the car with Lee Evans, the one and only time he let Lee Evans drive. You find out for yourself what happened there. And finally finding, you know, a family that he had been longing for a while, you know, after pushing people away, befriending people, losing people. It is a very good book, and I would recommend anyone to read it if you're going through situations or you just want to read about somebody's life, because you just don't know what is going on in their head. And that has taught me something. It's taught me to never, you know, if someone's got a happy face on, you know, what, you know, are they happy or are they, you know, but he was willing to share now, so that's good of Alan. So I'm actually quite pleased I read this book because I've actually got tickets to see Alan Davis on November the 20th, at least 2005 then, 2025. So if you're reading this in the future, as this is published, I will be seeing Alan Davis very soon in theatre on his Think Ahead tour, the first tour in a decade. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. But that's the White Man stand-up review / thoughts on this audiobook. I really enjoyed it. The audio listen from Alan is amazing. I'm glad he managed to get through it. There were some funny moments in it, but it's mainly funny moments and realization that he needed to sort himself out. And as you know from my upload schedule, I could do that as well. Sort myself out, I mean. So yeah, now I've got 2 channels to run. So yeah, that's been my review of White Man Stand Up and the 2025 new memoir from Alan Davis. Please like, comment, subscribe for future audiobook reviews. See you later, everyone. Bye.